unboxing fans. Welcome to an on-the-road episode, special episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, and today I am just coming out of inspection, something I had to do, as we all do, now that things are starting to open up. And a lot of news dropped today from Hasbro. They had their morning, their Friday fan day live stream event where they announced a bunch of new things, and apparently there was quite a bit of exciting news being announced. The most exciting of them, at least in my opinion, was the announcement of a Tantive 4 modular playset, similarly constructed to the Bespin playset that they announced, I think, last month. That you can buy multiple ones and put them together. This is obviously meant to look like the Tantive 4 Rebel Blockade Runner. The inside that white hallway, basically the first scene that you see in Star Wars, which I think is pretty cool. And I liked, looking at the pictures. I thought the choices for how to set it up and how you can use multiple and have little corridors and turns, pretty cool. Not so sure if I'm going to get all of them. I'll definitely pick up one and do a little bit of a display. I mean, I'm limited even with the unboxing. I'm limited to how much I can actually display all of this, but it'll be pretty cool. Okay. They also had a couple of announcements. That's going to include a newly photorealistic faced Rebel Trooper, which will be cool. And they also announced a new sculpt Darth Vader. That will be based on the Rogue One appearance of Darth Vader, and it will have more accurate look to that character in that movie, and will be featured on a Rogue One card. So, not a huge amount of vintage collection figures, but nonetheless, there's few. And what I felt was really exciting and very relieving for me was that they're going to release Hondo Ohnaka. Which is, right now, they have a Hondo Ohnaka from Galaxy's Edge figure being released in the Millennium Falcon playset, which is like a $400 vehicle. It is a huge Millennium Falcon. I have nothing against that. I understand the price point. I was fortunate enough to make the purchase when the Millennium Falcon first came out about 10 or 12 years ago. The BMF, the Big Millennium Falcon, and it was, I think, $250, and I think I ended up getting it for about $175 with like a coupon or something. So I was, reasonably good when it came to that purchase. I do not have the money, funds, or space to purchase a whole other one just so I can get a single figure, which, that is kind of what the deal is. So I'm very happy and relieved to know that they're going to release that on a separate figure. So that's really cool. Other news, they talked about the 5-point of articulation figures that were a thing a few years back, and it was really cool that they have decided to start re-releasing them in a couple of multi-packs, which I thought was kind of cool. Will I be picking them up? I'm not sure. I guess, we'll see how the mood strikes me at the time, if and when I see them in a store. They're looking at things like a Jedi pack, a Sith pack, a Resistance pack, a Rebel pack, lots of different packs. And I do believe they said that they're going to be improving, at least in terms of the face characters, they're going to be improving utilizing the photoreal face technology. So that might be enough of an interest for me to get some of them. So we shall see. I'm not 100% sure, but something we'll consider. So, but I'm happy that they're doing that. A little more love for the 3 3/4 inch. Yes, I do realize that a lot of these are basically re-releases, but for those that are interested in collecting, I think the 5-packs are going to cost about $30, which is essentially $6 a figure. Not too bad. So, that's pretty much that. So, it's, I'm excited about that. I'm excited that there was some new announcements. I was a little disappointed that I thought today was going to be the day we knew what the HasLab project was, but they have pushed it off a month, and they will announce it sometime in September. So that's fine. I understand that. Maybe they had an idea and they've decided to scrap it in favor of something else. Maybe they thought that whatever they were doing, maybe they got some market testing, realizing that it wasn't appropriate. I don't know. Not sure why. Maybe they just aren't ready to announce it. Maybe they had to tweak the item or whatever it is. So So that was pretty cool. On top of that, we had some Black Series news, not too much, which I'm actually kind of happy about because I think we have enough Black Series coming down the pike, 6-inch figures. We don't need a huge amount more right at the moment. I would rather them flip back and forth between the vintage collection style, or at least the 3 3/4 inch and the Black Series. But it turns out that they have a Gaming Greats Purge Trooper that will be available, I believe, at GameStop and maybe other places too. But I think the Purge Trooper from, I guess it's Jedi Fallen Order video game. I like the Gaming Greats idea. I'm not a gamer, but I do appreciate that they do put some effort into characters. And there's going to be a new Clone Trooper Walgreens exclusive figure. That annoys me, I won't lie. I'm not a big Walgreens exclusive fan, only because it seems as though they, each local Walgreens will purchase one figure. At least that's what I found, and it's impossible to find it, so it just makes it a little more frustrating. I don't mind exclusives per se, but I don't think Walgreens is the same level as Walmart or Target or Disney or things of that nature, and it just, they don't have that much. Their toy section in their, it's like what you would expect a drugstore toy section to be. It's very tiny, so they're not going to have a lot of these exclusives. Maybe some are different, maybe some, buy more, I don't know. But in my local Walgreens, I've not been able to ever find an exclusive. So I might not bother with that. We'll see. We'll wait. I mean, I don't know how many more Clone Trooper Black Series figures I need. So we shall see. I think those are the main points. They did mention that they're going to continue with the Galaxy of Adventures. Galaxy of Heroes? Galaxy of Adventures? I forgot. But they didn't announce anything. They just said that they do continue to run the line. So whether or not we will continue collecting those remains to be seen. I just recorded an episode where I was able to acquire most of the Mission Fleet series of figures and toys, and I liked them. I thought they were really good. I mean, spoiler alert, when that drops, you'll see all those. But I think that if they continue to, I understand their need to expand beyond the 6-inch and the 3 3/4 inch line, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be a completist and try to get everything. I just don't see that being a possibility. But those are some of the main announcements. I'm not sure if I covered everything. I think I did. I'm doing this from memory, so just bear with me. But excited to see more Hasbro Star Wars 3 3/4 inch news and more Star Wars any news. It's kind of nice. We are entering an interesting time for collecting, if you think about it. I mean, besides The Mandalorian Season 2, we don't have a lot of Star Wars, visual content, TV and movies, coming just yet. The pandemic hasn't slowed everything down when it comes to that, so everything's getting pushed back. In some ways, I like that. I think that we can all use a breather when it comes to that. I think one of the things that I've been disappointed in the collecting world is the lack of time that between movies, which therefore, when we had that time between movies, when we had 3 years between movies back in the George Lucas days, we were able to, Hasbro and Kenner before them were able to produce ancillary characters to add to the collections, and that existed right up through Revenge of the Sith, and it was quite nice. And then beyond that, because there were no movies right away, there was even more of that. And when Clone Wars came out, they had a lot of characters that they can dip into. Every episode created more and more characters that they could utilize. So that was great. With the Disney acquisition, I don't feel that, releasing a movie every year, they canceled Clone Wars, which I understood. And having a movie every year, I felt that wasn't always a good, but it didn't lend itself to creating more action figures. It lended itself only to create the main characters and maybe some ancillary characters. And then that was it. Then the next thing you know, Force Awakens comes and goes, and now we're on to Rogue One. And then Rogue One comes and goes, and now we're on to Last Jedi. And it just kind of kept going that way, right through Solo, right through. And then when we got to Rise of Skywalker, we didn't, and I mentioned this in previous episodes, we didn't even get a dedicated line, which is kind of upsetting. I guess we got figures, but they were all done on the vintage collection box, which I like. I think that's nice. And I understand, they were like looking at they were kind of tying the vintage collection, which I'm talking about the traditional box with the, with the racing stripe and the title at the top, the black card. They were trying to tie in the whole Skywalker saga with that as if everything was wrapping up, so they wanted to do it that way. But a dedicated Rise of Skywalker line would have also been nice as well. And they didn't do that, and it's sad that they didn't do it. So much so, in fact, that my daughter actually started designing her own concept for a Rise of Skywalker card, which hopefully we'll talk about a little bit on her Get Vocal Forcefest panel, which you can find more information about on my other episodes, but coming up, very, very soon. So, exciting times. I'm happy to see that there's more stuff returning. I'm sorry, and I'm happy to see that there's been more discussion and more motion and movement with the 3 3/4 inch line. I like the playset module idea. I like this one better, the Rebel Blockade Runner, the 10-4. I like that a little bit better than the Bespin one. I think there's more to it, and I look forward to seeing that come out. So, that'll do it for this quick episode and commentary on the new announcements given out by Hasbro. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, do all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.